Testing, testing. Hello, my name is Karen Setty. I am the Senior Manager for Research Translation at the Aquia Institute. Aquia is a nonprofit research and consulting organization dedicated to advancing global health through universal access to safe water, sanitation, and hygiene. We deliver critical insights, data, and tools to support informed policy, program, and financing decisions. A few years ago, while at UNC, I led a paper on how translational research methods, such as implementation science, could benefit water, sanitation, and hygiene development efforts. Specifically, one passage in the paper noted some approaches rely on facilitators, requiring the corresponding human resources capacity to carry out these methods. Many researchers are technical area experts, but are not necessarily skilled at troubleshooting and customer service. Many times in efficacy trials, costly implementation support and narrow inclusion criteria are built in to control fidelity to the intervention, making it difficult to then replicate results in translational research. Over time, research partners may simply disappear or cease involvement given reductions in funding, shifts in activity cycles, or staff turnover, thus reducing the structural support around implementation processes over time. Now, jumping forward again, I'd like to share a story about making water quality monitoring possible using an innovative financial instrument called an assurance fund. We know that monitoring water quality is an essential activity to protect public health because when contamination occurs, system managers are alerted and can take action in a timelier manner. Monitoring, though, requires dedicated equipment and supplies, skilled laboratory analysts, and usually vehicles to collect samples from different locations. This type of arrangement remains unaffordable and impractical for many water systems, especially in low-income rural areas. The equipment carries prohibitive costs, and water operators are often community members without laboratory analysis training. One approach to realize water quality monitoring in rural areas is to rely on a professional laboratory to maintain equipment, procure testing supplies, and hire skilled staff. Instead of buying their own equipment and supplies, small water systems pay a service fee to the central laboratory. One laboratory can monitor many water systems, which means the transport costs get divided among all of these and the fee becomes more affordable. Aquia has been piloting this approach in the Asutifi North District of Ghana since 2019. Ghana Water Company Limited, shown here, the national urban water supplier, has a laboratory branch located approximately 1 hour away from this district. Through an agreement with the district assembly, they've committed to visit the district each month and test water from 9 water systems, serving a total of 59,000 residents. With external support, Aquia was able to set up an assurance fund that reduces the risk of this commitment for the laboratory. If a water system could not pay their monthly fee, the lab could then file a claim for compensation against the assurance fund. This process has allowed water systems and local authorities to receive monthly information on the safety of water supplies. In some instances, they learned that water supplies were experiencing frequent contamination and took corrective action. Most notably, 2 water systems serving approximately 26,000 people requested help from Aquia to ensure the effectiveness of their chlorination practices. After making changes, they met adequate chlorine levels 97% of the time compared to about 25% before. Water customers are more satisfied, and nearby districts have expressed a keen interest in expanding the program. Now, when I heard this story the first time, I was thinking, wow, what astonishing results. And since we're on the verge of scaling up this approach to other districts in Ghana, as well as Uganda, Tanzania, and Kenya, I began to wonder how much implementation support played a role in this success. When I asked this question, the answer matched what I had written years ago in that paper. If you heard this story quickly, you might miss the role that Aquia has had in holding the program together. Nearly every day, one of our program officers, Bashiru Yachori, is out there hustling, meeting with officials, setting up agreements, creating monitoring schedules, responding to water quality concerns, and sharing information with consumers. In fact, I had been seeing pictures posted to WhatsApp for months, with Bashiru right there in the mix of all the folks involved in making this program work. Our research director confirmed he was playing a huge role in troubleshooting daily issues. So, this is my personal takeaway and my plea that if we want to have hope for scaling up effective public health interventions, we need to support specialized training in our educational institutions and specialized jobs in our organizations for implementation support heroes like Bashiru. This research was supported by grants from the Conrad N. Hilton Foundation and the United States Agency for International Development. To hear more stories and perspectives on the Assurance Fund, type Water Quality Testing Assurance Fund into YouTube and keep in touch. Thank you for listening.